Good evening, everyone. Today is Friday, December 19th, 2025. The Mid-Row Fire District Board of Directors is holding a special meeting. We'll do a quick roll call on directors present.
Director McGowan?
Here.
Director Whiteley?
Here.
Director Omby?
Here.
Director Jones?
Here. And staff is present. And if you will join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the states, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The special today is to interview for the Mid-Row Fire District Board of Directors vacancy, seat number 4. So generally, we would have had a prior meeting to discuss who we'd like to bring forward to the interviews. However, we had a single applicant and therefore are here today to interview Randy Benetti. So, what's going on? Thank you, sir. All right. Randy, how do you spell your last name?
Boy Edward, Nora Edward, Tom Ida. It's senior.
Thank you. All right, so we have a series of questions for you. We'll do, and as you answer the questions, we'll be writing down a score. So that's how the process is designed. So we'll start down at the far end with Director McGowan. You'd like to go through the first 2 questions?
Sure. Okay, as you've done probably multiple times through your career, just an opportunity to have a solid understanding of who you are, but maybe you can just share some of this with us, basically, and why the district board. So question 1, what interests you in serving fire district directors at this stage in the district's development, being that we are extremely new, and we are under a lot of development. So what's your thoughts on that? What do you think to contribute to that?
Well, I have some institutional knowledge of the fire district, and the fire service has been provided, or all hazard service has been provided over the years. I would hope that would be an asset. I have an interest in seeing to it that our public is protected properly and that we can provide the means for that.
Agreed. All right, question 2. What skills and experience, you spoke to this just a little bit, or in the last question, but what skills, experience, or perspective would you bring to the board that would benefit the district and the communities it serves?
Well, 27 years with Bow Valley Fire Service, which was bought in 1895 and became rural metro. I worked my way up through the ranks from firefighter to district chief. And I've worked with a lot of all of the other agencies in our county and Jackson County, specifically on different types of events and so forth. So I would hope that that would be good. I've got some budgetary experience from the private side. And I also have 10 years of City of Grants Pass as a fleet manager there, and so I have some public budgeting experience as well, the training, to become the stewards of the money of the constituents of the county or the district, so I think that's important.
My turn. Okay, board members focus on governance rather than day-to-day operations. How do you see the board's role versus the role of the service providers and staff?
I think maintaining the contract with the service provider, at least for now, while we have a service provider. Eventually, it would be good to have our own manager, chief, whatever the title is at the time, and we can support that person who has a good understanding and background of how to make this move forward in a very positive manner.
Fire district boards often make decisions involving budgets, contracts, public funds. Describe your experience with fiscal oversight, budgeting, or financial decision-making. You spoke a little bit about that already.
So probably more appropriate for this situation would be my 10 years of service with the city of Grants Pass, while I managed a large budget for fleet maintenance, which also included things like fuel, service, replacement budgets, which are all pretty hard to negotiate and keep things the way they should be. So it's easy to get overruns if you're not careful. So it was pretty important that, those funds were managed, try to, work with vendors to get good pricing and also be very transparent in the budget so that, people know where the money's going. There's no question as to what happened. So conflict of interest, that kind of stuff is pretty important.
A little bit more on that question, Randy. Did you have any employees or staff in their budget?
Yes, I did. Yeah, specifically 2 mechanics and a office secretary, office manager.
All right, my turn. How would you approach making a difficult or unpopular decision if you believed it was the best interest of the district and the community served?
Good question. Sometimes things aren't going to be popular, but if you're doing it with all the information you have available and trying to do the right thing for the constituents, sometimes you're going to have people upset. You have to understand that that's the way it's going to be, but do what's right.
Okay. Next question reads, board members must comply with Oregon public meeting law, ethics rules, and transparency requirements. Are you comfortable operating in a public, accountable decision-making environment?
Yes.
All right, move into the last couple of questions here. All right, what do you see as the biggest challenges facing rural or county fire districts today, and how should a board help address those?
I think money is always an issue. Financing and for Mid-Road Fire District in particular, it's going to be a challenge to get a baseline tax base. It's going to be hard to sell that to people. Having experience going through it a couple times, it's going to be hard to sell, but I think that's probably number one, is being financially stable.
All right, this position requires preparation, meeting attendance, and ongoing engagement. Do you feel you can commit the time and effort needed to serve effectively through the remainder of the term?
Yes, I do.
That is all the questions we have for you today. Do you have any questions for the board?
I think I may have spoke to one or two of you at one point or another. I guess most important for me is what direction the board's looking at going in. What's your guys' goal, 5-year, 10-year? I think that's kind of important. Maybe have something a little sooner, 1 year, 2 years. I think there's, some possibility of trying to get a tax base in the next couple of years, but that's really my biggest question is what are you looking at?
I think I can share some thoughts we've discussed. position to take the helm, if you will, for the board. As you mentioned, district director, we're in discussions about what that looks like. We've had strong discussion. Next looks like from the standpoint of marketing, communication, relationship establishment, networking, community partnerships to message the need for what our long-term funding looks like, i.e. our tax, approaching the constituents with the tax base. And how critical that messaging is, how critical it is for the provider to make sure that that's a uniform and unified delivery. That's a lot to that. So I think our effort is focused on developing what the position looks like, bringing very likely to take that role, so really support them, as well as continue to be part of the message of what our mission is as a district, and how that provides service, and not in lieu of what exists, but to help support that locally. I think we have a good strong voices to provide that. And I think we've been pretty clear with our discussions that needs to happen relatively soon.
So my understanding is as a board that we're not involved in the daily stuff. We're there to support whoever we decide to put into that position. That's what as a board. Right.
In response to your first question, when you answered perfectly for even my thoughts is, we look back at 6 months, we're here 5.5 months already. So we're coming up on our 6th month of all of us being in this position. And when you ask, or when we think about where we're going to be in a year from now, well, that's another 6 months. What did we do in this last 6 months? Where are we going in the next 6 months? And I feel that a lot of the work we had to do was mandatory because we're a brand new district. A lot of things that are required. We have to put the paper down. We have to make, open bank accounts, transfer money, do this. So we really did a lot of that work, and I feel like we've accomplished a lot in the 6 month period. And now we're actually focusing on making a change in the next 6 months by hiring to be that district representative. And then we can start seeing some normalcy, because we got to get ready for the financial part of it. So I feel that our district is moving along well, but not having an actual, this at 1 year mark, this is what we'll be. We've talked about it, but I think we're getting close to saying in 1 year we will be a district with a chief and focusing on establishing tax base.
I think it's important to have some sort of goals. They can be, somewhat fluid if necessary, but in order to stay on track, I think that's important.
Yeah.
What is if you can tell me, the current time frame of the contract with the current provider, year-wise? Is it 1 year, 10 years? Is it just no end to it?
It's an ongoing, with annual review.
Okay.
And the only end of the contract would be if either side of the party has their reasons for ending it, and then it's a 365 days before the termination. So it's not like it's a closed door and walk out. They're both sides, us and Rule Metro, are very comfortable with saying it's continuing ongoing.
Yeah.
So we have protection there that the doors aren't going to close and be nothing.
Yeah, we have a 1 year buffer either way.
And it has to be mutually agreed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would probably be my biggest concern at this point, because, right now we've got 242 or what used to be 288 square miles of coverage of a lot of people here, and to have, that drop out from underneath us would be catastrophic.
Yes. And that's a public record document that is on our website, I believe.
No, it's not. We need to get that up.
Yeah, so it is for it.
It's a large document, and to put those up, so public records requests, they are available.
Yeah.
but to get that on the,
A lot of information to put on the website.
it bogs down
I'd like to look at it at some point, just because I think having that knowledge is important, know what parameters of both sides are working with, so. That's it. No, I really don't have any other questions.
All right, that'll end our interview process. And does the board wish to some deliberation? I guess I would look for
Make a motion that we unanimously move forward with our one candidate position of Director 4, Fire Protection District.
motion and second to move forward with the appointment of Randy Bedetti to position 4. Do we have any further discussion? If you would like to take the roll, please.
Chairman Godwin,
Yes.
Director Riley,
Yeah.
Yes.
Director Jones.
Yes. Well, we thank you for calling to the board.
You gotta sit right here.
I'm gonna sit between you. So I look forward to helping out. I think it'll be a great experience.
Yes, we will swear him in this
You
evening.
don't get a hat till you get sworn in.
All right.
My hat.
In the office?
Yeah. And
Either swear.
there you go. All right, so, Mr. Benet, would you like to swear or affirm? Swear, okay. So, repeat after me. Raise your hand, sorry, raise your right hand.
Can you stand?
Huh?
If you'd like.
If you'd like to, actually, yes, sorry, you go.
But see now. Yeah.
So this, yeah, I'm thinking about how we got some, yes, you have to. Okay, so, repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
to support the Constitution of the United States of America
and that of the state of Oregon.
and that of the state of Oregon.
Faithfully,
I will faithfully,
honestly, and ethically perform my duties
perform my duties
as a board member during my continuance therein.
as a board member during my continuance therein.
I will faithfully serve
Faithfully serve
and discharge my duties
and discharge my duties
as an appointed official
as an appointed official
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome.
You gotta have that before. You gotta have that before.
Sounds give it up.
No, that's very important.
In the office. Oh, that's right. We didn't get on top of the shirts, so. Station 2.
I just got mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're going home that way, right?
All right, so is there any,
Follow up to the office, we'll give you a hat.
any additional?
I would like to just mention that you all, if you haven't done it, get it shortly, the job description draft. And I would appreciate if everyone could review that so that we could have any discussion and with the intent to move forward with a recommendation of accepting modifications.
Do we want that as a line item on the agenda?
Please.
I do believe we have that listed in the executive session.
Yeah.
And it is on the agenda
Yeah.
as a committee, this committee report.
Okay, perfect.
Are we looking to hire are you calling it chief or are you calling it
Are we?
a manager?
District.
Yes, we're still live, so,
Director.
district director.
District director, and there's some why behind.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted to stay consistent with the names.
District director.
And you're wanting to do that before we hire the 5 members of the budget committee?
We need a budget committee in place. Right.
Okay, so the budget committee comes first.
All right, well, if there's no other matters of the board.
Just follow up on the parade. It was a success. People loved it. I've heard that review.
So damn cool.
That was, I think Rural Metro might have won an award in their floats because we're all was together. So
Nice.
I haven't seen it in the paper yet.
You gonna announce that then?
She said, fully retired.
Yeah, I checked on newspaper, make sure to call. She said it would be in the papers this week, but we would hear the result.
Well, on that, we'll adjourn the meeting at 5:50 PM. Thank you.
Here.